So we already joined a league with Ghostly Flicker Familiars. This is a deck that plays 4 Godpharaoh's Faithful, 4 Relic, 4 Modern Age, 3 Flickers, because flickering a Cryogen Relic is really good. Obviously, when it enters or leaves, you draw a card. So flickering it, you draw 2 cards per relic that you flicker. You can flicker Muldrifter as well to draw 2 cards, but it's just a cheaper way to get things going. We're playing 3 foils as main deck counters. In the sideboard, I've got Anti-Affinity with Dust to Dust, Revoke Existence, which is also doing double duty against something like, specifically like Bogles. And then you have Prohibit as a counter, Negate as counters, and Hydroblast. One of Last Breath, pretty much just there for walls and elves. Hopefully we can leverage it to our advantage. We'll just go hop into the matches. Thanks for watching. Did you know you could get sideboard guides on patreon.com/Kalikaiz? And did I mention you can get early access to videos on the YouTube page in the membership section? And if you like these videos, make sure to like and subscribe. We're on the play. So being on the play, this is probably fine. We don't know what we're up against. We have foil for the land grant, which probably won't happen, but could always happen. Preordain. Give the birds haste. Well, you don't really need to, I think. Like, that's not that big of a deal if they don't have haste. Just pass the turn. Elves is scary. So, I think I'm going to cycle this. I could get a plains. Just get an island. I was thinking I could get a plains to pitch the foil to the foil. We'll grab an island. Mostly because if they play something like a priest or even a Timberwatch, I'm considering just foiling it, pitching the faithful. Hear about the birds. Opponent is relieved to not see mono red. They play a Quirion Ranger. They untap. So I'm definitely just going to counter this. No thanks. And then I'll take my turn. Let's preordain. Snap is good. I'll top both of these snaps here. Play the land. Play the cryo. That means next turn I can snap their mana creature and play the Muldrifter. The bridge. You're talking about the 2 mana wall that taps to give things haste? I mean, that would be okay. So that thing has to have already gotten past Summoning Sickness. So they have Nyxborn, Llanowar, Forest, Mass Vandal. So the Mass Forest went to the graveyard. They can play the Vandal if they want and exile the Relic. I really don't care. It's another Forest. It's Guardian Genercent. So I accidentally got rid of a card from their hand. Don't know what was in their hand. Find another Relic. So we'll just get rid of a mana creature. Untap. And then we have 5 mana for a Muldrifter. Yeah. Tuk could be okay. Right now I'm trying to draw into Familiar, Flicker, Arcanemancer still would be okay. I don't know. I don't think that you can really play Tide Fams. It's kind of not very good, I guess. They give me a card. Exiling the Timberwatch. I guess that's fine. I think I'll start with a draw 3. See what I find. Should I get in? I think no. I'm probably not going to win the damage race. Next turn I can play Faithful and then start gaining some life. My Mycetian Elder is okay. It's just like you don't really need a win condition. Once you go infinite, you can win from any way. You can win many different ways. Lead the Stampede and finds an Avenging Hunter. Okay, that's not amazing. So they can like put the Avenging Hunter on the table and then Nyxborn something to make sure that the Avenging Hunter can like that the initiative cannot get taken. They discard a Well-Wisher. That's smart. Let's go Godpharaoh's Faithful. I think I will just I could snap something. I don't think that's necessary now, so let's draw another 3 cards. This is a version playing for Lorien Revealed. Okay, I'll get in. Discarding a plains. So I can either Nyxborn something, or they can play the Avenging Hunter. If they play the Avenging Hunter, then I can get in for the initiative, snap the Avenging Hunter, Arcanemancer back to foil, so I can snap the Avenging Hunter again, potentially, or foil the Nyxborn Hydra. Somehow that early foil mattered a lot. They are going to cast the Avenging Hunter, huh? A little risky. So splashing in Familiars usually just makes your mana way worse. It's kind of like why you don't want to do it, I guess. It looks like they're trying to play the Nyxborn and the Avenging Hunter so that I can't get in. They're thinking it through. Okay. Plays a Finehorn Elves. Seems like maybe that didn't go the way they wanted. Nyxborn onto the Mass Vandal to give it reach. Plays the Avenging Hunter. Gets the initiative. Initiative is a lame mechanic. That's what I have to say about it. We have a foil. So I can play the Chancery. Pick up the planes. I feel like I want a Modern Age first in case I find a familiar. Play the Modern Age. What's up? Draw. We'll discard. We did not find a Modern Age. So we can snap the Vandal, Arcane-Mancer for snap, snap the Nyxborn Hydra. Snap the Vandal. Bounce. Untap. Arcane-Mancer. We're going to try to find a flicker soon. You have the foil in hand. I'll also be getting another island, which is nice. We'll snap the Nyxborn Hydra. Untap. Put the Cryogen on the table. Draw a card. Preordain. So I could maybe cast the Preordain after attacking. If I cast it beforehand, I'll lose the value from it. We take the initiative. We get to get a basic. I actually think I want to grab a plane. Oh, we don't have any planes left. Interesting. We're almost out of islands too. That's a little sketchy. And now I can Preordain. Thanks. Appreciate it. So the Cryogen Relic and the Drifter are both kind of poor here. We already have an attacker. I guess the Cryo draws us cards and it stops the Avenging Hunter a little bit. Well, Drifter, I think, is not really where we want to be. We need a flicker. I think I'm going to bottom both. Finding another snap. Okay. So I'm going to foil the Nyxborn, pitching an island. Our opponent attacks with the Avenging Hunter. Give me a no blocks. We're at 26. They get the initiative. I know a little Spanish. I got to visit Barcelona. It was pretty cool. Or Valencia. Valencia and Madrid. Crashing drawbridge. That's scary. Okay. I can snap it. It's not that big of a deal. Masked Vandal. Are they going to go after the Relic again? Because after the Modern Age. Okay. Yeah, I haven't been doing live very much. Sometimes. Now they probably Nyxborn onto the Avenging Hunter. Just to give it a reach, because it can untap it. They decide to Nyxborn onto the Masked Vandal. We'll counter. It's just nice being able to tap out and counter. And I have really no idea what's going on in their hand anymore, so I'm just going to dismiss these. Plays a Well-Wisher. Let's see. I start by attacking. And then we go... Lost Well could set me up. I think I'm going to Lost Well. Trying to find a familiar. Cryo. So I'll bottom the Faithful, top the Cryo. Then we'll draw a card, tap this down. Play another Relic. Go to 23. Man, didn't really draw anything. So we can double tap this down. They have to use the untaps a couple of times. Doesn't really get me anywhere. I need a flicker. I think I will snap on the drawbridge and untap and then draw 3 again. Come on. Okay, island. We preordain. I will just bottom these. We're still looking for a familiar or a flicker. We found a familiar. Do I play Catalan? Is interesting, yeah, for sure. I've played some modern in the past. Looking to maybe try Pioneer. Our opponent has another Avenging Hunter, Nyxborn, and a Timberwatch, so they've got a lot going on right now. If I can find a flicker, I can probably pop off. I really like Cryogen. I think that this Demir Cryogen deck is actually pretty broken. It's got 8 counters, and the Cryogen Relic gives it basically Cryptic Command. I mean, Holy Light would work. It's just not good against anything other than Elves, and I don't think Elves is like that highly played, so I haven't really been teching for it that much. I gotta say, we got pretty unlucky here with not drawing a flicker in, what, 37 cards? Plus all the bottoming. There's 7. I can't afford to not block. I can't afford to block. I have to take 7. They get to go into Trap. They have Priest of Titania plus Timberwatch. So we're pretty dead if we can't accomplish anything. We need infinite life. So we'll start with a familiar, and then play a modern age. Guess we can filter a card. Floodplain. I found another familiar. That's good. And now I have to just evoke the Mole Drifter and hope I draw a flicker. Evoke the Mole Drifter. We have decent odds. Draw. Found the flicker. So GG. Oink. It's just gonna be annoying. Thank you very much, Yeti. I appreciate the that you like the videos and stuff. It's really nice to hear all those nice feedback. So if I play Island, can't do what I want to do. So I'll just play the Island, make infinite life. Do. Get a flicker and a flicker. So now the thing is, Elves tends to be kind of ready for the infinite life by trying to time you out, but we have the Murmuring Mystic to close the game eventually. So I think what I'm going to do is attack with the Mole Drifter, and then they're going to untap the... They don't have any reach creatures, do they? Oh no, okay. They concede. They said fine. Appreciate it. Fine. Infinite life. Fine. So the Last Breath is clearly good. The thing is, the Faithful there was relatively medium. Something like Negate could be good, and I think it actually is pretty good overall because it ends up stopping their draw effects, and I don't think that the Faithful will save us in the end. So we're just going to submit it like this. So Holy Light is good versus fairies, but the best card versus fairies in our deck is probably the Modern Age because it's a 2/3 flyer. So just getting that out early matters, and then the God Pharaoh's Faithful can also help to just stop them from, you know, accruing damage with their 1/1s because it's basically blanking them. And then obviously the Murmuring Mystic to close. I do think that we need the Murmuring Mystic as a win condition here. That foil on the Timberwatch really saved my bacon. We have no lands. Yeti, what format should I play outside of Pauper? Nice. Carbonk Keldy Donk. I don't know how to pronounce that. We'll keep this. It's not amazing. We're looking for Snap. We're looking for cantrips. Our opponent mulliganed to 5. That's a bit scary. So mulligan to 5 means they're probably going to try to jam a draw spell. So if they haven't cast a draw spell on turn 2, then I'm going to leave open the island and try to counter it. Priest of Titania. Okay. So they might just have the Avenging Hunter here, which would be bad. But we're going to play a land and pass. Let's see if I was right. Avenging Hunter. Sad. You're going to bestow? Just casting it. Okay. Not good. So I guess I'm cycling this for an island. That's the turn. Go Preordain. We have Snap Preordain. So top, play the island. Pick up this. Preordain. Double Snap. Okay, I think I do want double Snap. I thought about Abjure a little bit. I think it would take an entire rework. I kind of like the decks that are playing 4 Modern Age, 4 Cryo, and 4 of the blue, like, Crab Inspector card. I think that's pretty good. Those are brutal decks to face for sure. Okay, so now they have an Avenging Hunter. Plays a Forest. Mold a 5 into an Avenging Hunter. Gets in for 4. We don't have any creatures. Play the Chancery. Pick up the island. We just snap the Avenging Hunter. Untap. Try a Modern Age. Discard. None of this is good. I can snap the Priest so they can't recast the Avenging Hunter, but then they have this Nyxborn. I have to pass. No. I don't know. I'm not in a good spot. Bounce this thing. Untap. Pass. I'm gonna die. They have the initiative. Yeah, did you play the blue-white deck, or the blue-black deck? Somebody played a blue-white version of it too, which is interesting. I think I'm just dead. How do I win here? I can draw 2 cards. I can draw Familiar, Cryo, play the Familiar, flicker the Cryo, tap down the Nyxborn, somehow win the game. Maybe they cast a spell that I can negate here. I have no idea. I haven't tried the refurb deck. You could maybe play the Dimir deck with the artifact lands. Seems good. I just cast another Priest. And They're gonna just cast another Hydra. We drew a familiar. We drew a snap. That doesn't save my butt. I guess I am not dead. So I can discard the island. Play the familiar. Play the land. We can snap this thing. They're gonna go trap. And then they'll be able to play archives. I don't know. I'd have to draw something insane. Hello, mycelium bug. They're attacking out. This puts me to 2. Block. Bounce this. Untap. We drew multiple snaps. I think being on the draw messed me up, and the negates didn't do anything here. But maybe maybe the revoke existence could be okay. Are they going to bestow it? They're just casting it for 1. My turn. Yeah, that does not do it. We'll try flickering. Draw an Archaeomancer. So I can discard the negate. Cycle for an island. And then what do? I get back... No, that's not enough. Okay. I wish I had the foil in hand for that, I guess. Maybe the Murmuring Mystic isn't good. It does, like, eventually win, but we just have to get to the point where we're alive enough to win. Try again. My Magic Online account is Satan Raken because back in the day, I was super into Wheel of Time. And we had this... They used to have clans on Magic Online. And our clan was the Satan clan, which is the... I couldn't flicker their Hydra. I could only flicker my own target, my own creatures and artifacts. I just don't think that Revoke is good in the matchup. I think, like, if they're at the point where they're Hydraing you, you're probably screwed already. So here, they have a lot of mana right now. Yeah, flicker's only your stuff. You go Familiar. I can snap this, and then Counterspell on the way down. Snap. That's the turn. Right, so Satan is the male magic power in the Wheel of Time. And Raken was a dragon creature that I liked. So that was my name. I was Raken in the Satan clan. But the Satan clan no longer exists because clans don't exist on Magic Online anymore. Opponent goes Winding Way. They find another priest. 1 Winding Way, went to the graveyard. They have Llanowar as well, and a Nyxborn. Plays a Llanowar. No attacks. So there's an opportunity to either draw 3 cards or play the Mulldrifter. I think it's Mulldrifter time. Yeah, clans are a throwback for sure. I think it still exists on Magic Online somewhere. Clan. See, there it is. I'm in the clan. I don't know if there's anybody else in the clan. Okay, they've got a Timberwatch and a Priest of Titania. So I can... What if I should cycle for an island first? I guess I can cycle in response. So let's snap the Timberwatch. Untap. Play the Archaeomancer. Grab the snap. Snap the Priest. Untap. Cast a Mulldrifter. That was good. And we have Last Breath and Flicker. I think I'm just going to cycle for an island. Untapped island. And then Preordain. If I find... Okay, there's an island on top. So I can... I don't think I need the Modern Age. We'll top the Floodplain for Safety Valve and get in for 2. So we can pitch the Last Breath and the foil if something crazy happens. I don't need to counterspell this because I have the Last Breath to kill it. They play a Priest of Titania, 4 cards in hand. One of them is a Nyxborn Hydra. Quirion. We probably have to foil the Hydra. Or negate, I guess, works. We'll start by attacking for 4. Bam, bam. Then we'll draw 2. Flicker. So people always ask me, like, why are we not playing Ephemerate? We have infinite flickers now, but we don't have really anything to do with that. I think I still have to... We're going to Last Breath the Timberwatch. Kill that. And then I'm going to play... Well, I can play the Floodplain and then hope to negate if they're bestowing their creature. Or... Yeah, that's probably fine, because if they don't bestow it, it doesn't have haste, and I can just deal with that later. Okay. Your turn. Last Breath is old. Well, it's new old tech. It was really good versus walls. Okay, another Winding Way. Okay, 5. I think I let that resolve. Another Timberwatch. Plays a Mystic. Force went to the graveyard. They have the Crashing Drawbridge to give them the Timberwatch haste later. Temporal Intervention. Yeah, we're the aggro deck. I'm getting in for damage. They make 3 mana, they play a Timberwatch. Okay. So they're saving the Hydra. We don't have that much mana, unfortunately. Nope, looks like they're going to cast the Hydra. I hope they bestow it and I can counterspell it. So the Timberwatch is in play. I know that Lost on Kato has been playing that card in Mardu. They've got a bunch of mana, 22 mana. They can make their Quirion Ranger at 22 or 2020 or 2121. There's a drawbridge. Drawbridge does not currently have haste. They do have 7 elves on the battlefield. The only way for me to win the game now is to do the snap tech, which was just infinite snap them out. How about not this time? Negate. Alright. So now I don't know what their hand is anymore. And we have Archaeomancer, so the game is over. Awesome. Play Archaeomancer. We'll get the snap. And just bounce all their stuff. Boing. Flicker. Now they're just going to be stuck on 3 lands and nothing else. We actually could also Last Breath some stuff, because we're making white mana here. Let's bounce this. Untap. And they concede. Very nice. 1 mana counter. They put 22 mana into that. Okay, on to the next. I ended up winning in round 1 yesterday, playing against Mono Blue Terror, which was pretty tough. But somehow this deck seems to work versus it. Yeah, I think the Mardu Synth or Mardu like Kitty, where they're just picking stuff up, putting it down, sacrificing things all over the place. Food deck makes sense. Well, yeah, and yesterday I managed to trophy, so currently the leader after stock mono red trophy. Yeah, I was thinking about Shambling Ghast. So the stock mono red that I was playing yesterday was this version. Not this one. This one? No. I guess I just changed it already. Okay, so it wasn't Chain Lightnings. It wasn't Sazakap. It was... I was just considering trying this. Just the old version. This is a Kiln Fiend version. I don't have it. Yeah, so the editing for the YouTube video, I use a tool called Time Bolt. So you feed it an MP4 and then it cuts all the dead air based on a buffer zone that you set, which is very, very helpful. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to do it. And that's why the lives generally don't have cuts. I just leave it up like that. It's very helpful. A lot of people use it. Brian Cook turned me on to that, which was very nice. So the Rite of Flames got turned in. So this is the stock version. What's up, Mongoose? All right, we're back in the game. Yankadee. All right, that's solid. Keep. Archaeomancer's iffy. I like doing live videos. It makes me have a good time. I can't do it forever, I think, right now. Living the dream. Right now I am. I just get to play Magic and relax. It's hard to find time where I just have space to do it. Yeah, don't bring that up. Then you'll call them upon us. I had to make one of the people a moderator. Oh, you're living the dream. My bad, my bad, my bad. I'm also living the dream. Sorry, Mongoose. Let's start with an island and pass. I really like these islands as a child of Windows 95. So much fun. Sheltered landscape. So Mardu. So shattered landscape. I think I'll just grab my planes. This is probably the Mardu mid-range. And we'll play this Cryo. I also could have played the Sunscape Familiar there, and then if they kill it, I get to go Mortuary Mire. So that was maybe another better avenue, as it allows me to like play this on the next turn and draw my Familiar back. We draw a card. Preordain. When considering cycling this for the dual land, playing Synthesizer. What's going on with... Okay, so it's like an old version. You find a swamp off the Synthesizer. Yeah. We'll cycle this for a dual land. And then just go ahead and preordain. Good draw would be maybe... So I guess Modern Ages are okay. They're probably pretty good into their deck. So we'll top. Because you can block their Hawks and their Skyfishers with those pretty nicely. They don't have any white mana though. There we go. Plays a refurbished familiar. So I can discard the familiar. Meyer, get the familiar back. I can discard the Archaeomancer for the familiar. Refurbished familiar when I'm not playing something like Deep Analysis is a lot more problematic. Because I'll discard the Modern Age. Let's start with a Preordain. Mardu Synth is annoying. Anything with refurbished familiar is just gross. The card is gross. Not a fan. Brutal card. It would be nice to find an Azorius Chancery so we could pick up the planes, but they're probably playing Wildfire, so they could also kill my Chancery. But if I pick up the planes, then when they play the refurbished familiar, then I can actually discard it. And this is the kind of thing that happens on Magic Online that people are not seeing on the videos, where you just constantly are getting trapped by people. Another Modern Age, huh? I'll bottom, top, play land, play familiar. Then we'll play this Modern Age from hand. Esper, Relic. Yeah, I still call it Synth, you know? Or you should just call it Kitty, I suppose. Play the Modern Age. I think I'm going to discard Snap here. Could also discard the Archaeomancer and then Mortuary Mire the Archaeomancer back for the Snap on the next turn. Probably safer to just discard the Snap. There's a high likelihood of them picking up and replaying their refurbished familiar this turn. So then I would discard the Archaeomancer. Opponent gets in for 2. That's okay. 4 mana. Thorn of the Black Rose. Huh. That's not what I was expecting. We draw. I guess I discard... This is tough again. I really want to get back the Lorien Revealed. Right now we're not under a lot of pressure. I'll discard the Faithful. Discard the Faithful. Play Sunscape Familiar. Play the Lorien. Or we'll play Archaeomancer. We'll grab the Lorien Revealed. I think it makes sense to play out the Mortuary Mire here. And then just not put this on top. Hello! I'm half Polish. I saw a really funny Instagram from this person that's a beatboxer, where they said that everything in Polish sounds like beatboxing if you say it fast enough. It was pretty funny. They get in for 2. Or Skyfisher. So right now, okay, they pick up the Synthesizer, finding a Galvanic Blast, which is just 2 damage right now. It can take out the Archaeomancer. Pusta kapusta, pusta kapusta. That's very funny. Plays a Lembas. They have Synthesizer in hand. Plays another Shattered Landscape. Now they crack this one. Getting a Mountain. Do they just not have Wildfire in their decks, the question? I guess they might not. We flip the Modern Age. Cast the Lorien Revealed, draw 3. Then go land. Cast another Lorien Revealed, draw 3. That feels good. Interesting. Well, Synthless Synth for the Esper deck? Yeah. Here, maybe we can get in and take the Monarch and then punish them. Off of Wildfire, huh? Sort of surprising. They Lightning Bolt my Flyer. That does make sense. Gets in for 4. They had a Galvanic Blast go to exile last turn. We do have to be worried about, like, them burning me out. So I guess I could go Familiar. There's a Synthesizer. Or Skyfisher. They pick up Mountain for the burn. Maybe for the burn. Synthesizer. Finds a Glenhawk. They can't cast a Glenhawk. Their mana is not very good right now. I can snap the Skyfisher, snap the Thorn, get in for initiative, and then lock down their flyers with my Cryos. I don't have, it's not initiative, it's Monarch. Land. Bounce this. Untap. I'll play the Familiar. Gonna play a Mole Drifter, see if I can find a counterspell. Draw 2 cards. There we go. Archaeomancer. Get the snap. Snap your Skyfisher. Untap. I'll go ahead and swing in. Now I am the Monarch. Maybe. They have a Lightning Bolt. Do I want to counterspell or foil? I think I'm just gonna counter it for free. No thanks. No thank you. I would like to become the Monarch. How many lands? Wait, sorry. What's the deck? What's the one to mine that benefited the most was definitely Poison Storm. Well, from Relic, I guess Familiars. Okay, we also find a Cryo. Or a Snap. So we can Maybe I should just snap and replay my Mold Drifter. Seems better than snapping this thing. But if I snap the... Yeah, I'm just going to snap and replay the Mold Drifter. I don't think they have a snuff out. Mold Drifter coming down. Double Faithful. We draw for Monarch. We draw a Plains. Not very good. 20 lands and no Lorians in the Esper deck. I mean, I think Lorien is pretty good. Should I block? I think yes. They have to cast their 4-drop. Instead, they won't let me block. Okay. Our opponent gets the Monarchy. We beat, I don't remember. Oh yeah, Elves. Somehow we beat Elves. They find a refurbished familiar off the synthesizer. Yes, the list is in the description. It's my main, it's the one that's on Moxfield right now. We'll go Faithful. I play another Faithful first. I think I will play the Faithful and then play a Cryo. We're looking for Flicker. Always looking for Flicker in this deck. Draw a card. Another Cryo. Okay. I can lock down 2 creatures. I don't know if it's that good though. Maybe it is. Draw a Mystic. I play Mystic for 1 mana. Yes. Start by locking down a creature though. Draw a card. Find a foil. Just cast a Murmuring Mystic. And then I think I will attack in. They have a Lightning Bolt, they have a Lightning Bolt. But if I draw a Flicker, I can flicker the Relic and the Mortuary Mire to return this. Damn. Not good. They had the Galvanic Blast for my Archaeomancer. I think that flickering the Cryogen is really strong, so that's why I've gone for 4 flickers, for 3 flickers. Maybe I should be on 4. Opponent plays a Synthesizer. You put Pactol in Flicker. So they are playing Wildfire. They play a Black Mage's Rod. They currently have 6 damage in the air. Blah. Cleansing Wildfire. They finally get to Wildfire their land. The Thorn went to the graveyard somehow. I don't know how that happened. Another Cryo. Well, let's cast Cryo. Draw a card. I suppose we can attack with... Oh, yeah. We'll go ahead and attack with my Murmuring Mystic. Game is over. You could tutor something, but what would you like to tutor? The Jolted Awake list was cool. You should join the YouTube membership and check it out. It's going to post tomorrow, though. Not to spoiler you, but it was pretty cool. We'll go Familiar. Flicker here. And then we want to make sure... Now we have just millions of life. I like how this version... Like, you're not playing High Tide, but you do just kind of combo off. We put the draw triggers underneath the Mortuary Mire, so that the Mortuary Mire puts the Archaeomancer on top. Then we draw, or we put the Mortuary Mire on top. We draw 2 cards. We go land, Archaeomancer, and we make infinite birds and infinite life. Oh, yeah. it came out today. Today is not yesterday, isn't it? My bad. Yeah, it came out at noon. I've been trying to post all my videos at noon. And trying to be Monday through Friday, with Wednesday being the decks of the week. People really like the decks of the week in general, I think. It's funny because Familiars looks really intimidating, but to me, it's pretty straightforward. Mostly comes down to try to not die for a long time, and then all of a sudden you have this combo win. We win the match. We win the game. Felt like the entire match. I think FAM's easy enough to pick up for a new player. I really like the deck. You can, so you can teachings for a Flicker, or you can just have a Flicker, right? I don't know. I think tutors end up being just too clunky. I think maybe over the 4th Flicker, you could play like a Merchant Scroll. We need Prohibits much more than we need the foils. And then we need Hydroblast. Snap is kind of medium here. So I think actually... I don't need the Murmuring Mystics. So we have counter spells. I think I'd just go... Oh, and then they are a deck that's playing artifacts. So I could bring in Dust to Dust. You could also just go Last Breath to clear the board and eventually attack in for the win. I think it's going to be... I mean, this would have been the old version. Prohibit, Hydrofoil. I think the foil should just be a negate. But I'll bring in a Dust. because they probably will play relics and stuff. I like having faithfuls just because, I mean, when you saw there, they had 6 power in the air. So that's a decent clock, and it comes out pretty quickly. They have a lot of 1-drops and 2-drops. They're all flyers. So you can get buried pretty quickly. I hope that Boros and Mardu will continue to be a buy. Okay, so our opponent is on the play. That means that this Hydroblast is quite good because it can counter their turn 2 Wildfire. But if they don't have a Wildfire on turn 2, we can feel free to play the Floodplain out because the Prohibit would be a little bit better. Bruno is here. Do we need 4 Faithful in general? Yes. Do we need 4 Faithful post-board here? I still think so. But you could, I guess, cut one. Okay, so they played a bridge. Makes me think that I do want the Hydroblast online. If they refurb me, I have to discard the Snap, probably. Could also discard the Muldrifter. Play a Landscape. So I can preordain or hold up the Hydroblast. I think I play the Floodplain. That's the turn. Yeah, but the thing with the Faithfuls is 1 Faithful in play is okay, but 2 Faithfuls in play is huge, and 3 Faithfuls in play, you can't die. So for these somewhat dirtily decks, 2 Faithfuls is the way to be. Wow. Okay, our opponent plays a Skyfisher out. That's really bad for them, because now I can snap their Skyfisher and then just counter it next turn. That was not good. Okay. I'll just get another land. Play it. Bounce. Sorry. Your turn. Mardu has got a lot of that dirtily value stuff going on for it, I think. I wonder if I should just not counter their Skyfisher. I think I should counter Skyfisher. I'm gonna tap out for it again. That was a heck of a time walk. Can just play the Faithful. I already have a land drop. Usually what you're looking for most of the time is land drops, so I'm all set there. My next preordain can try to find a land. I wonder if they're holding onto their Wildfire specifically to try to hit my cards. And they have a refurb. Okay, so I guess I'm going to discard the preordain now. And then try to cryo back some value. Play the Sunscape. Play this cryo, draw a card. We have the Hydroblast for Pyroblast effects. I would still like to draw land. Another cryo. I think I just have to jam that. They could cast down or kill my familiar now. Pass. Yeah, Ephemerate's a good card. It really is. I think with more Ephemerates, you can also go down to just 2 Archaeomancers when it gets in for 2. We can play the Archaeomancer for the Lorien Revealed if we don't find a land, and then we can cycle. Or I can just evoke the Muldrifter. Try to draw cards. Our opponent's trying to figure out how they can cast their bird and pick up the refurb and recast it. But yeah, Ephemerate's pretty good. We have Dust to Dust. Alright, so I think I'm going to play... This is tough. I just evoke the Muldrifter. Because I know they're going to replay this refurb. And then I'm trying to get to the Snap on Archaeomancer to get mana for the white mana for the Dust to Dust. It happens. I also didn't draw my 5th land. But I'm only playing 18 lands in this version. Oh, man. Okay, actually. It's okay to let the Muldrifter die here. Because I can just flicker my 2 cryos. I wonder when I want to do it. Probably now. Flicker. Draw 4 cards. This allows me to have the Hydroblast for their Pyro. Otherwise, they would have had up to 3 red available on the next turn. And I can't have that. I cannot have that. What? A Pyroblast. Saw it coming. Oh, man. Yeah, I think you could cut the second Archaeomancer. Look at this value, though. The value town. Now we have Snap. And we have Double Mancer. Let's pass. But we don't really need the Modern Age anymore. They crack for a Swamp. I think it's a high likelihood that they go for the refurb here. When I started playing Familiars, Ephemerate didn't exist. So I'm just kind of used to playing the Flicker version. Of course, if they bolt my creature, that's kind of stinky. Second Refurbished. Annoying. And then a Fanatical offering away a land. I can dust both their creatures, or I can dust their land and their refurb, letting them replay a refurb. I think I'm just going to try to dust their creatures. We'll snap the Faithful. Or I can dust here and here. And then I'll have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 1. I only have 6 mana. Can't replay my Faithful. Get rid of the fams, you say? Yeah, that is kind of their value for the entire deck. Attempt to snap the Faithful. They might also interact here. They didn't. So we'll untap. And then get rid of your Familiars. I think I'm going to crack a Cryo. And try to draw like a Chancery or something. Draw a Hydroblast. Okay, that's solid. Now I can go Hydroblast to protect the Archaeomancer and try to get some flicker value on like 2 turns from now. We can flicker the Mortuary Mire to get back the Archaeomancer. They've got another refurb, of course. We'll get rid of the Faithful. They explore, finding a Galvanic Blast. Okay. What are they gonna do? Maybe they put in the graveyard. I tried playing the same like eggs list in Tron to see if it would work. It's kind of neat. We'll go Archaeomancer for the flicker. Pyroblast. Okay, response. Boink. Get back to flicker. I guess it's a problem if they have another Pyroblast in their hand. I haven't done Tron yet, but I was considering playing the 4 Rumble version just to see how it goes on video. Start by attacking. I think I have to cycle for an island again. And then attempt to flicker here. We can't beat a Pyroblast with this. They have a removal spell. I can just snap my creature. Another Galvanic, okay. I also considered flickering the Mortuary Mire, but I just wanted to draw some cards. Okay. Another Lorien. We'll pass a turn. Yeah, I tried a little bit, as far as that goes, but not a ton. Opponent finds a Wildfire, so they could Wildfire the Mortuary Mire or Wildfire their bridge. They're sort of behind. They decide just to attack. If they Wildfire the Mortuary Mire, that would actually be the worst case scenario for me, I think, so I'm glad they didn't. What do I want to do? I'm at 16. Oh. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, Archaeomancer for the flicker. They're pretty dead here. So, the blue Tron altar. This is all is basically the same as the eggs list. I just swapped some things around. Trying to go for like 4 Prism, 3 Refractor for fixing. It seems to work okay. I only just like kind of goldfished a little bit. Flicker here. We'll draw some more cards. I'll play the Chancery and pick up the Mire. Back to 7 cards in hand. Now I can Archaeomancer the Dust to Dust. Cat, food, pest, control. That's so many words. So many words. Surveil lands? We don't have Surveil lands. You mean like the one of Surveil? I was just... A lot of times spitballing, we just kind of like... I just put the cards there to like test the deck. I'll just put the cards in the shell and then just start like seeing if it works and solitaire it for a while. I think Conduit Pylons probably makes sense there for sure. There's no reason not to have it, right? It stinks not having crop rotation, which is the only problem, but the impulses are cool. Okay, what happened here? They cycled the landscape. They play Black Mage's Rod. So now I can play the Familiar, or Mire, turn Sunscape. Then I want to draw into it with the Cryogen Relic. Play Sunscape Familiar. Play Archaeomancer. The snap. Bounce the hero. Untap. Play Faithful. I think I'm just going to draw some cards. Feels good to me. They've got basically nothing going on. Gonna attack for 1. I tend to not really like the tapped lands overall. I feel like they're kind of crummy. The Impulse was just kind of a holdover from the Eggstron that we tested that Douglas Jenkins came up with. What's going on? Beginning for 3. So this put me to 11. They have 3 cards in hand. Max, they can do another 8 damage from Galvanics. We might have to worry about... Oh, they're going to get an Okiba? Sure. I don't care. I don't care. That's so funny. They probably should have left black open, right? Maybe they're trying to hold up in a Pyroblast, though. We discard some lands, take 3 damage. We got Refurb and 1 unknown. Play the Chancery. I'll pick up the land, play Modern Age. Okiba Gang Shinobi. Did not even matter. Let's cast Lorien Revealed. Feel like maybe they're holding the Hydroblast for the flicker. Go Preordain. I realized just now that I have actually infinite flickers online. Double flicker. Okay, bottom, top, play a familiar. We'll get in for 2. Opponent's like, surely I can close the game. They're down a game. They have 5 minutes left on clock, but it's okay. They might be new to Magic Online. They're probably having fun over there. Thanks, Aaron. I'm just gonna discard, guess the island. They're equipping the rod to the familiar, giving it more power. Well, 2 cards in hand. So my plan for the next turn is, let's see, on my upkeep, I'm gonna turn off the auto yields. That way, like, I can flicker the Cryogen in response to the Modern Age. Maybe not, though. So if they have double Pyro, I can't really beat it. Anything else I can beat, though. That's sort of why I can play foil in this deck. You just draw so many cards, it doesn't matter. They could have, like, Krark-Clan Shaman, and that would be bad. Probably they're just not going to do anything. They don't know I have infinite life, right? I guess they do know I have the flicker, but I only have the 1 island open, and they could have many removal spells, so I can't really get there. His black his super powered refurb. It's a 3/1. Very strong. Is this deck tier 0 Giga Broken? I mean, I don't know. I made a couple of trophies, which felt good. I'm top 8'd our local event, which I also enjoyed. So now with the snap, we actually have the ability to do everything I want. So I'm going to flicker the 2 Arcane Answers and return a Prohibit. So that way I can deal with their stuff. Okay, they don't have an answer. Grab the Prohibit. I'll flicker, draw some cards. Just this way I have something that I can discard to the Modern Age. Alright, we'll draw. Discard the Faithful. Play Island. Play another Modern Age. We will discard the Chancery. And then snap your creature. We're going to snap this creature, this creature, this creature. Then we'll dust these 2 things. And then dust that, and then Prohibit. Or we can't dust that, huh? We would dust these 2. But we win! It was very over. I liked it. What else is going on in chat? Let's see. What's his goal? Goal. Make Super Chat more fun with a goal. The worst matchup for familiars at the moment. Anything black mid-range. Just not a fan. Just anything where they're just drawing cards with initiatives and Viscer's Insights. Not a fan. Took out Murmuring Mystic for a capsize. Wow. So Coca-Cola Cow. What's up? They played, this is maybe not a good matchup, actually. They played Black Sac the last time I faced them, and it was pretty tough. I'll keep. How many cards did I sign? I don't know, like 7 maybe? It was fun. I've never played EDH. I prefer it. Once politics and like things outside of the rule set actually start mattering, I start to not like the game anymore. Stuff like what's its face? I don't know. There's a couple of games that just don't have like rule sets, and I just kind of like fall apart. Plus, it takes a long time to get used to a format, and then you just add a whole nother format. It's a problem. They have 2 sacrifice creatures, no fodder. Start with a Preordain. So I probably want the Chancery over the Floodplain. Do want the second Arcane Answer. Top. We'll pick up the Island. Discard the Floodplain. This turn it's going to be Familiar Cryo. And then I'm going to probably block and flicker. They have a lot of threats. Only 1 card in hand. They can sacrifice 2 creatures here. I don't know how much damage they're... This feels like there's always infinite damage. Tons and tons of damage happening. Okay. They sack the Mercenary. One thing I didn't notice that they could do before, but they have the Mercenary. They can pump up their creatures that give bonuses on like their power and sacrifice that creature. Whatever the one is that makes squirrels. Yeah, Black Sac can really go nuts. Pumps up the carrion feeder. Gets in. No blocks. Next turn I'll block and sacrifice. Or block and flicker. Nested Shambler. That is it. How can we win here? It just feels like they came out too strong. Getting in 3. So it's currently 6, 7, 8, 9. We can block. And then they have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's preordain. Snap. Okay. So top. Play the land. Your turn. Hope they go all in on something. I think I probably blocked the Mortician Beetle. That's a 3/3. They're going to Peregrine Beckoner. Warp on something. And we thought that they could never have it. They always have it. Puts him off of Snap. I will just cast Snap on your Bloodthrown Vampire then. Try to make sure they don't get the value. The problem would be if they also have a supernatural stamina for this Beckoner. They sacrifice their creature. So this is 5. Oh, that actually kills me, huh? Because they can sacrifice the Beckoner now? Oh. Bummer. Stupid Black Sac. We'll flicker here. I don't have an answer. But it's still playing pretty slow. Alright, they got me. So what's my way to win this? Probably prohibits. Mystic does not seem good. Last Breath? Maybe. Maybe just negates and stuff. The foil. Bring negates in. Yeah, I would say maybe this is not a good matchup. I think, like, what could I have done better there? Probably actually snapping that vampire was a huge mistake. Because my whole plan was to block, flicker, and snap the other thing so I didn't die. Not smart. I'm on the play. Okay. I have a turn 2 familiar. So our opponent is playing a deck that plays... there's a thing that when a creature dies, it morbids this spell that can give things -13, -13. Tragic Slip. I'm gonna Dark Ritual out some stuff. Mesmeric Fiend on turn 2. And then sacrifice it. That's gotta feel good. They wasted a lot of cards to discard me. I guess they got the cards back. They paid 3 cards, got 2 back. So I guess that was even. I'm playing Familiars. We'll put this Cryo Relic on the table. Familiars is a sort of combo deck. We 2-0'd a Mardu synthesizer player. Want to play some creatures? We'll just go ahead and Island Cycle. I think it makes sense to go Faithful Preordain. Another Preordain. Guess I top both of these. So the thing is, the Faithful can block a creature that gets +2/+0 from the supernatural stamina, which I think is the important part. Sometimes their deck just sucks, so hopefully it will continue to do that. More Dark Rituals. I think I saw that, what's that Against actually trophied with the Dark Ritual version, so this person probably copied that. They're going to Supernatural Stamina the Mesmeric Fiend, sacrifice the Mesmeric Fiend, draw cards, continue getting rid of my hand. They don't really have threats, so what do you take? Familiar Archaeomancer? Like, what's your plan? I guess they're going to draw cards, though. One thing is gone forever. Muldrifter goes underneath the thingamajig. Takes the Archaeomancer. Okay, Archaeomancer gone forever. Dark Ritual is played in Cycle Storm. Sorry, I didn't see you there, Brian. Nice. Nice. That was pretty good. Got me good there. Preordain. Gonna bottom these. Let's exile your creature. Get back my Muldrifter. Your turn. That was a good one. Who's exiling what now? Uh-oh, the Nested Shambler is here. Squirrels about to arrive. We'll take 2 damage. I would slam the Muldrifter if I drew a land. They have another Link Breaker. We play the Familiar. Land. Wonder if I just draw a card here. Makes sense to me. Getting in. I think I have to block. I can still Mortuary Mire back the creature if they stamina and kill my Familiar. Plays Mortician Beetle. Let's play Muldrifter. Draw some cards. Faithful. We have a flicker. We have nothing to get back. Probably just play the Faithful, play the island. Modern Age, put something in the graveyard. It's a land. Not too bad. I hope that Brian showed up just to say that. They declined to get in with the Mortician Beetle. So I'll block the Nested Shambler first so that they can't get the value. They get a squirrel though. There's another Nested Shambler. You draw. Get rid of Modern Age. The value! Cryo. Draw a card. This is what I came for. I'll attack in. Let's preordain. See if I can get something good. Another flicker. Ooh. Top. Top. Why don't I draw 4? Let's do it. Trying to learn how to play Magic. What a guy. I'm just gonna play the Chancery. Pass the turn. Your turn. 2 mana, draw 4 is good, but what if we had a familiar in play? We draw 4. Our second familiar. 1 mana, draw 4. That would be the nuts. My opponent does not know that you can right-click attack all. That's okay. Block here. Make some more blocks. Have the negate for stamina or whatever. They get a squirrel. I'm at 23. Infestation Sage. Should I try to just draw another 3 or 4? Sure. Draw 4. I tried actually playing some Cycle Storm lately, and I just got my butt kicked. I got cooked. Not in a good way. Destroyed. Raffle stomped, pretty much. And I was like, what am I doing so poorly? The deck was really, I felt like it was kind of easy to play with Deadly Dispute, and now it's much harder to play, and my P-brain is having a hard time with it. Keeping hands and then thinking I can get there, and then everything's on the bottom, and then I die. I didn't get Brian cooked. Brian wrecked me yesterday. I was on Poison Storm and he was playing Ruby Storm. It was pretty sweet. Not recorded though, from my end. I think maybe. I mean, some of the Cycle Storm players are not happy to play. Yeah, Rowan's Grim Search is great. There's a lot of burn though, so that becomes difficult. It's just like balancing all the stuff in the deck all the time is very hard. Oof. You'll have to just do it as a replay video. Sounds terrible, but then you won't have audio anyway. Okay, they lead on a Link Breaker. We have to preordain. I don't think we can keep these. The Lorien doesn't do anything. The Mancer's not doing anything right now. Unfortunately, we'll probably have to discard a hand size. We could just search up the plains or the. Okay, don't want to discard hand size. I'm working on double familiar soon. Put the floodplain onto the table, and we're just trying to dodge sacrifice outlets. They get in for 2. Feels like they're gonna village rights their creature here. Supernatural stamina, sacrifice the creature, get another creature. So we know that there's only 3 more staminas in their deck. It's not likely that they have another one in hand, but maybe they wouldn't have spewed it off if they didn't have it in hand. Familiar. Land. Pick this up. I think I don't block. Yeah, people seem to enjoy the black sacrifice deck. We get in for 3. I'm at 14. Born of the Black Rose. That's strange. It is a thing. Oh yeah. Okay, so here we go. Familiar. Play Faithful. Snap the Thorn. Untap. Oh no. I can't do everything I want to do. Guess I just have to cast a Mulldrifter. Your turn. Double snap. We got the flicker. Not blocking with that Mulldrifter. It's going to get in and take the Monarch. Monarch's good in their deck for sure, because you're under so much pressure, you don't really have the ability to attack back, and my deck doesn't usually attack. Yeah, which one should I sacrifice? Never know. Here I can block with a Faithful pretty easily. A little bit nervous about the double familiar, but I do have another familiar in hand. They're not attacking. Okay, so they just don't have the stamina in hand. They might have a removal spell. They will attack in. They take it. I'm the Monarch. Play a Cryo. Go to 17, draw a card. Now I'm looking for the Arcane Answer, so I wonder if I should shuffle. Maybe that makes sense. I mean, I don't really need the Lorien at the moment. I think I will snap the Mulldrifter. Get Super Duper Value Town going. Play a Familiar. And then evoke the Mulldrifter. Yes. I am drawing the cards. Draw 2. We have a negate. Let's draw 4. What could go wrong? Okay, another cryo. We have no land drops. Let's play the Modern Age. Puts me back to 7 cards in hand. Discard the Chancery. Your turn. Go back to 8. Let's discard the Island. Yeah, they can replay the Monarch. That's fine. Dark Ritual. Fine. Monarch, fine. I mean, I just drew 4 cards out of nowhere. Bloodthorn Vampire, sketchy. Sketchy for sure. That can maybe win. So we do have the negate. So if they go for sacrifice all the things, try to dome me with the fling thing, then we win. They draw a card. Okay. My turn. Draw an island, so we can discard an island to the Modern Age. Play that island, land. Go Faithful. Cryo. 23 life. Okay, draw a card. I'll get the in for the Monarch. Doink. They're doing something. Oh, they make a flyer. Fine. Death to your flyer. It blocks. I guess, you know what? I don't have the Monarch, but I suppose drawing 4 cards would be fine. Doink. Why don't I just draw 4 cards? See where I get. I don't care about the Monarch. Hooray! 1 mana, draw 4. And we find another relic. I think I play out a Modern Age. I'm sort of at the point where I can start discarding things like Preordain. Well, the Plains is a good discard. Cast a Modern Age. 29 life. I think I should discard the Island. Draw another Flicker. I'll discard the Preordain. So I'm thinking I probably want the Chancery for snapping value. Denying Monarch is so much more valuable than the Monarchy. I don't really understand. Their Monarch is not drawing them basically anything because their deck is full of cards that barely matter here. What's happening? Sure. I can block with a Familiar because I don't care about it. Just don't want to get rid of consumption, so I'm trying to hold up the negate. Yeah. That's funny. Yeah, them having 1 more card is a lot better than me having 1 out of 6 more cards, that's for sure. We go to 28. Do I have any? Just a Familiar in the graveyard. When it draws, we're gonna grab, or the Modern Age is gonna flip, so I'll have more flyers to attack with. Discard Island. Discard the Island. We'll flip. Cast a Preordain. I suppose I can just try to Last Breath. Okay, we have the Archaeomancer, so it's over now. Cool. Bottom, top. Now I guess I do want an island. I wonder if I have any left. Might have just discarded them all. There was 1 left. Oh, geez. The Archaeomancer. We have 2 Flickers in the graveyard, 1 in hand. Get back Ghostly Flicker. Now I'll attack. This is when I would say infinite life. Well, I would say 100 bajillion life. We will attempt to flicker the Archaeomancer. Demonstrate a combo. Sometimes people don't concede because you have the option of timing out, but our opponent's pretty behind, so we end up winning. A lot of 2-1s so far. That's 4-0. Can I close it out? Number of life. All right. I'm just going to take a second, and then I'll be right back. We'll finish up the league. And we're back. The first match that I didn't stream was actually Mono Blue Terror, and we went loss, win, win, mostly on the back of specifically Murmuring Mystic. So I can probably go until 2:30 or 3. So that's like 1 or 2 more matches. It'd be cool to get another trophy on stream. Lucky stream luck, I guess. I accidentally I popped out the video so I could watch it, and then I was accidentally watching early video. Probably didn't make any sense to anybody. So I guess the benefit of this version over playing Ephemerate is that you're much more likely to be winning with like a flicker combo. Be it infinite life or infinite birds, it's just a lot easier to get to that position. And then at that point, you just don't really need the lock endgame because you have the super turtle endgame. So you're like gaining infinite life, you can't touch me, infinite birds. Seems pretty good. And I've also been enjoying this 18 land mana base with the 4 Lorien revealed. That's something that Skura had suggested. I was sort of off it previously, but we kind of went back onto it and it's been good. I've been liking having the Ash Barrens. I haven't had any times recently where I open up just a single Ash Barrens, so it's been okay. Why is modern? Because it's so good. It's so good, Zune. It's really good in Familiars. It helps you filter your hand, and it provides an attacker. We have the Modern Age already. Perfect. Keep. Easy keep. Oh, my opponent doesn't kill me. Oh, no. Oh, they're bogling. Oh, red. Okay, red is less bad. Play island. Play island. That's the turn. So we can pitch the Barons, maybe? Sprawl. Okay. The thing I'm most concerned about is probably Avenging Hunter. So Jewel Thief is fine. That's the turn. Murmuring Mystic is really good. So let's just Chancery, pick up the island, discard an island, prepare to discard another island. Maybe I'll discard the Modern Age here instead of the land. What? No, not today, my friend. No, thank you. No, thanks. Oh, I love Force of Will and Pauper. It's too good. So they've got a 3/3. Hopefully their whole hand was mattering for that. Good blocker. Well, let's just cycle this for an island. That's the turn. So Modern Age helps to block in the air, so it makes the fairies matchup like really good. It also helps to filter your hand. As you draw tons of cards, you're going to be wanting to filter. Otherwise, you kind of just flood out and die. That's fine. They get in for 3. So one thing that the ramp deck has been playing is Bannerhide Cruciak. Looks like they have another Avenging Hunter. Nope, it's a Nyxborn. Oh, the Bannerhide. Okay, so this thing reinforces at instant speed, which is a bit scary. We'll play the Murmuring Mystic. Both of these creatures have trample. I have to just shove in front of the Jewel Thief. It doesn't matter. Put it in front of there. Hopefully they don't have a Cruciak in hand. We take 3. Plays a land. Land would be good. I'll go island, or Chancery, pick up the island. Play the Archaeomancer. Grab the foil. We'll foil pitch foil if necessary. We have the Lorien to cast and make a bird. Taking 3 at a time here. Getting in. Block. And I don't want to take this off the table so they can't reinforce or scavenge. We go to 8. Wild Growth, okay. My turn. Another Mystic. I think I should just draw cards first. Make a bird. Okay. We can go land. Pass the turn. If something crazy happens, I can cycle the Lorien Revealed for my dual land and just pitch that one because I don't really need the dual land. They get in. Block again. And now I can cryo this thing and block that with the Mystic. Go to 5. They play a land. I will cycle. Let's grab a regular basic. Play a Sunscape. Play a Cryogen. Draw a card. We lock this one down. I guess I could have just played another Murmuring Mystic. I don't really know why I did that. Cast the Modern Age. Discard planes. Play the Chancery, pick up island. Okay. So now I can block the Jewel Thief with the Mystic. Still have foil available. They're getting in. We block. Mystic just really carrying it, but they were really leaning on that Avenging Hunter. Play Arbor Elf. I think I just let that go. Draw. Discard. Our planes. Okay, now maybe we can take over. Play the Murmuring Mystic. Cast a Preordain. Double Bird. Here we go. Cryo Mire. Don't need the Mire. Cryo could be okay. I'll top it. Play land. Play a Muldrifter. We only have 1 free counter right now. Next turn, Infinite Birds. They're just hanging out. Currently at 5. We play an Arbor Elf. Revealing their hand, I think, is maybe a mistake because if they kept a lot of cards in their hand, they could have Nyxborned, and then I would have been scared of it. All right, so this flips. We go Faithful, play Familiar, play a Cryo, gain a life, just over now. Let's draw some cards, make some birds. Foil really came up strong there. Let's draw some cards. Now the problem, I guess, is the Faithful, but I would like to get a little bit of life on the table. It's just costing me a lot of time. Play Island. Get in for a lot. Suppose I don't really need the Faithful, but we'll snap it. This is mostly a time consideration, because you have to click the triggers every time. One tap, and then just make a lot of birds. You could, like, tap the Chancery and then F6 here, but I don't think we need to do that. Oh no. Things are going off the screen. But it definitely makes Familiars more of a combo deck, just having so many flickers. Good times. Storm count is 10. And they doesn't show the storm count unless they have Weather Storm in their deck. Okay. Why do I like the Snowlands? Because they're my favorite. Just my favorite of the lands. There's the Pixel lands, I just gets me every time. How do we beat this deck? We kind of have to rush the Murmuring Mystic stuff. We have the Cryos. I don't necessarily think that Negate or Prohibit are any good. Faithful's mostly not good. They don't have a ton of red spells. They're probably not playing almost any red spells. So I think we just run it back and try to get a Familiar early again. What would you like to negate? Specifically, maybe the Nyxborn? Oh, well, we have a good hand. I'll get rid of a Preordain. Opponent plays Arbor Elf turn 1. I could foil this, but I have no second land. I would foil it if I had another land. Play the Floodplain. This turn, Preordain, play Chancery. Okay, so they have 3 mana. Eldrazi Repurposer. Another foil. Chancery, pick up the land, Preordain. So both these are pretty good, I think. Top. It would not be good if we had to use the foil here, though. They get in for 4. Plays a Jewel Thief. The question is, what do I do? I think I probably just... I can go Familiar, snap your Arbor Elf into Faithful Relic. Still have the foil available. Sunscape Familiar. Snap the Arbor Elf. Okay, they have a response. Ram through. Can't have that happen. Counterspell. Untap. Faithful. Cryogen. Let me draw a card. Okay, not amazing. I will block. We're super out of cards here. Well, Stonehorn is okay, but see how here we are already, like, pretty much dead? Like, oh no. They banner hided. Like, we didn't have even the mana to cast the Stonehorn yet. I think I'm just going to Cryo, let's see. I could Mortuary Mire, Cryo, draw, then I'm drawing blind. And is the Faithful going to help me that much at that point? Probably not. So let's draw the blind card now. We drew Faithful anyway. Play Faithful. Put the Mire on the table and say no. I'm pretty out of blue mana here, which is a major issue. They get in for 3. We have a blocker. Another Ram through. 3 mana. They Breath Weapon to kill my Faithful. I guess they were thinking they could Breath Weapon. I have to Preordain trying to find islands. Well, bottom, top, island, play the Mystic. That's the turn. So if I can find any instant or sorcery, we have the Repurposer blocked. The Jewel Thief is blocked. We're going to take 5 here. Go to 8. One has 2 mana for something. Utopia Sprawl into Arbor Elf, probably. And they have 1 card left in hand. Yeah, I guess you could. They just have Arbor Elf left. So they're top decking. We're both top decking here. We had a better top deck than them. Wow, okay, so cast Lorien Revealed, make a bird. That was huge. And Island, I can snap the elf and then cast Lorien Revealed again. Snap your elf. This means that they can't use the Banner Hide. Cast the Lorien. That was massive. What a turn. Oh my goodness. And then I can actually play the Sunscape. I don't know if I want to hold it the foil at any point. That was massive. We will go block and then ripple block here, trying to take that off the table. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They had another Banner Hide Brutal. That was good for them. So it's still a game. Next turn, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, we have our Archaeomancer. So what can we do with that? Familiar. Archaeomancer, snap this thing. Mole Drifter. Sunscape Familiar. Play Archaeomancer. It's snap. Bounce the Trampler. Untap. Cast a Mole Drifter. This has been a game. This has been a game. Then I think I cycle the island. Just in case something insane happens. But I'd really not like to pitch the Mole Drifter. I'm gonna get in for 5. I'm blocking. Opponent said, what a draw. I said, this has been a game of all time. We're both just ripping it off the top. I think that we probably want to keep the cryos when you have room, but I didn't think I had room for it. I felt like I was just gonna die, and I needed to not die. You have an Avenging Hunter? Sagyu. Oh goodness. We find the flicker! Oh yes. So I can flicker here, return the Mystic, draw the Mystic with the Mole Drifter, Infinite Birds. Well done. Flicker here. Get back the flicker. And I'll take the Mystic. Play Mole Drifter. Play Mystic. And flicker. Bird is the word. Opponent said that they were unhappy about the double Lorien. GG's. GG's, opponent. Not dying is one of the few things better than drawing cards. Awesome. We got the 5-0. That means you get money to brew with, right? All right. So top of the leaderboard. Nice. Not that it matters. Let's go here. What should we do now? We can play like one more. So I was thinking about this. Should we try to play Tron egg, like Tron with Gutsy Flicker? I think it'd be entertaining to try. The only other deck that I have that I've been working on was the Mono Red Madness, which is kind of mid. Insight? So you can crack the relic? Okay. I guess I can think about that. Eviscerator. Yeah, you sort of run out of mana though. So I guess we go Eviscerator's Insight. Cut the Impulse. We go back to the crop rotation package. But then the problem is now, like, what color of mana do I want? So maybe I want a second Pylons. And we can cut maybe one Flicker, even though Flicker is amazing. And then maybe just split blue and black. Thanks, Doug. Hero we needed. Got that 5-0 value town. Appreciate it. Plus I get to try out more Eggstron nonsense. So I need to make 2 cuts here. I was thinking more Pylons. Yeah, you really do not want to die to I think it's going to be the swamp. Green? Yeah, off the Pylons, that makes sense. We do need the munitions because we have to have a way to win. So you, instead of playing munitions, you could play Pact Altair, and then there's just be 4 Pact Altairs here, but then you lose to something like Crocline Shaman. 3. No, the Inspector is good. Inspector very good. Inspector's good. It helps you go infinite faster. What do you I think it's much better to have Inspector. Should we just go for Pact Altairs? If I just make 2 cuts, it would be probably Flicker Inspector, and then just have more Weather the Storms in the main deck. I'm just concerned about mono red being a big problem. I think Inspector is very strong in the deck. So maybe this has been pretty much my old version. Let's try it like this. So Flicker is a draw spell instead of like the other divination. Okay. We can put 1 card in the sideboard. More weathers. We have the Pyroblasts, Ancient Guard Scattershot. The other option is to try and put Spellbombs in the main deck, but I don't think that necessarily beats the Spy deck every time. People have also been playing the Duress type effect. I wonder if I want to be playing... Nah, I'll just go for Prisms. Let's try it. So the reason, oh sorry. So the sideboard is Weathers and Spell Bombs. So 3 Krark, 4 Pyro, Grudge, Scattershot, Weathered, Spell Bomb. Aren't you required to add Refurbished? Nah, we're good. Okay, we have Prophetic Prism. Seems like a good hand. We can maybe crop into Tron. We're on the play. Do it. What's my opponent gonna do? They have a Squirrel avatar. Right Field Glider. I don't know how you get that avatar, so don't know what that means. Usually if they're a burn player, they'll be on the default avatar. They're playing Jund Wildfire. Or Affinity. In 30 seconds, they resolve their land drop. Okay. I'll play the Power Plant and Prism. Next turn I have Crop, Tron, Inspector, Foundry, or Foundry Inspector. That doesn't work. Another tower. Okay. So the main issue with cropping for Tron versus a Wildfire deck is that they have a lot of ways to mess with your lands. I think I'm just going to play the tower and play the Foundry. Of course, I drew my basic against the Wildfire deck. I could have had turn 3 Tron. Maybe I should have gone for it, but I would have had, I guess I would have been 7 mana. So Golem Foundry into Foundry Inspector. And then they Wildfire the tower, then I play the tower. They play a Wellspring. Here I can actually go Inspector into Cryo off the Prism and double crop. But I just want to go Inspector Cryo, I think. Inspector, get a counter. It's weird to like not go for Tron, but we don't have any other colors going on, so just taking it slow. Like blue. Cryogen Relic. Maybe I should have had 1 island in the deck that I could crop for, but I can also crop for the filter land, so. Viscer's Insight. Nice. Play the Swamp. Crop for Mine. Insight. Hope to draw some more colors. Our opponent is going to Wildfire or Cast Down? I have no idea. The Fanatical Offering a Wellspring. I definitely wanted to keep the Wildfire open to blank, or the crop open to blank Wildfire, but I only have the Prism as a colored source. And because of that, I have to just keep moving, I think. Next turn, I think it makes sense to go Swamp, Crop for Mine, and then Viscer's Insight the Cryo. Knowingly, they have a Refurb. Can't discard the Insight because they can just kill it with the Spell Bomb. So let's discard a Crop Rotation. Come on, opponent. Sorry, I'm used to also just being silent when nothing's happening so that it doesn't mess up the video. Alright, there you go. Viscer's Insight, it's on top. Because the silence all gets cut from the Time Bolt. What do you got? Okay. So we will start with a Crop Rotation. Grabbing a Mine. Best thing that I could see on top would be an Energy Refractor, most likely. Candy Trail for 0 mana. Another Foundry. I don't think I need either of these. I'll try a draw first. Mirror Retriever. Doesn't really help with the Spell Bomb on the table. Let's Insight, sack the Relic. There's a Blood Fountain. So the Blood Fountain can help me force through. And we ran out of colors. So I guess I just play the Mirror Retriever and pass. There was some concern about the colors in the deck. So maybe I should have been on 4 Energy Refractor and 3 Prisms. Or 4 and 4. Insight better than Impulse. Unknown at this time. Our opponent has a Bojuka Bog. So they can really wreck all the stuff I have in play. This is the classic Wildfire player. It's taking them 20 minutes to be able to resolve whatever it is they want to do. I definitely cannot play another match after this. This is going to take until 3 p.m. That's fine. I have a Breath Weapon. So, opponent mistapped. Oh no, they have a Wildfire. Alright, fair. They're enjoying their times. I thought they mistapped for, what's it face? The Chrysalis. Very difficult. It's difficult. But it's also like, it's the middle of the day. It's Friday afternoon, so it could be a person out of Italy that's just relaxing. Got a lot of lag going on. It's all good. Second Black Store is actually pretty good, to be honest. Although we lost our second power plant, so it's going to be pretty difficult to find another one. We have to probably find an expedition map. I'll just make a golem and F6. Wait for it. Wait for it. They might attack. You never know. Okay, they passed the priority. They're getting in. Fine. So I probably just... Oh, okay. I really wanted to flicker something. We still have enough mana. Play the cryo. I can... Eviscer's inside the cryo. Then Eviscer's inside the Mirror Retriever to get back the cryo. We found the power plant. Look at that. Amazing. That was brutal. Draw 3. I guess they have the spell bomb though. We drew a weather. Play a candy trail. Flicker also helps us for Wildfire. Do I want the expedition map? I guess so. Bottom, top. We'll draw a card. We'll cast the expedition map. Then we'll go ahead and cast the Blood Fountain. The Weather of the Storm looking kind of poor at the moment, so I think I can just discard that one. To the Blood. Discard the Weather. There we go. Refractor. Things are looking up right now. Draw a card. I think I just attack. I'm looking forward to hitting them with the Ghostly Flicker Cryo. I mean, we could, if Visitor's Insight right now, sacking the Retriever to get back the Cryo. And then they might not Spellbomb there, though. And I'd like to save my mana on the tower to get the last power plant if they Wildfire. I am thinking, since I have the Refractor, I don't need the Pylons. But it's having a hard time tapping for green mana. They just need to tap. So if you press the W key, it like automatically taps the mana that it starts with. And since its first mana is red, if they're holding W, it automatically makes red. Okay, you have a Chrysalis. I've used 3 minutes on 18. Zune, peace out already. Lydia, poor opponent. Yeah. They're going to kill. You're gonna go after the Foundry Inspector. Okay. They sacrificed the Spellbomb to go after the Foundry Inspector? What? Okay, so they just don't know how my deck works. That's okay. That's not my fault. What I'm going to do is, I think, crack the map for a tower. I can sacrifice... sacrifice the Mirror Retriever for the Relic. Then I can flicker double Relic. I can Blood Fountain back both of the Retriever and the Foundry Inspector, but I can get back the Foundry Inspector if I just sacrifice the Retriever for it. So I'm not really sure exactly what I want to do here. They take out the Inspector. Can I do all the things I want to do next turn? Probably not. Probably not. What else you got? I do not know what they're doing. They don't understand the matchup, I think. Okay, so what's my path to infinity? Make 2 golems. I guess if I'm going to be mana efficient, I use the black mana, the whole tower, sacrifice the Mirror Retriever, and return the Foundry Inspector. We found another cryo anyway, so always had it. And I found a land, so I don't have to crack the thing. Play Inspector. Now I need Mirror Retriever and Altar. I can't wait to flicker these. Very excited. The Candy Trail. So many triggers on the stack. It's okay. I think they might have just chosen what they perceived to be the best deck, and then they realized there were mistakes. Mistakes were made. We are far from getting anything done. We would have drawn a card, drawn 4 cards. I would have bottom, then draw, and draw. And then I found the second Retriever. Then we would have drawn 3 cards off the cryos. Flicker. Another 4. Okay, that's free. Free card. Trying to see if there would have been an altar coming up. Another flicker. Okay, maybe we could have gotten there. I think we could have probably drawn that many cards if we had enough mana. So, Ancient Grudge. Crop rotation still seems okay. I don't really need the makeshift munitions necessarily, but they do have Krarkland Shaman, so I think I'll keep it in. Otherwise, we just maybe trim an Inspector? There's 2. 2 altars. I mean, the flicker saving our lands is also solid. Sometimes we might need the Weather Storms. I'll trim an Inspector. It's not sort of like a speed-based thing, and it's not a speed-based matchup. There was like a server outage earlier today. Kind of a bummer. All right, here we go. So we have land map, land, fetch. Also refractor turn 2. It's funny, it just says I drew my next card like 40 times, trying to see. We'll keep. I like the prisms and the refractor, all the colors are good. Obviously if we get Tron, it's better. It isn't Flicker Tron, it's Flicker Ultratron. It's pretty funny. So Doug had the silly idea of playing Ghostly Flicker in Eggstron, which I posted a video of, and it was amazing. That was a super fun league. And then here we are just porting it to the Ultratron deck to see if it makes a difference. It's a similar number of cards. They lead on a landscape. They might duress me. We find an altar. Let's play the map on turn 1. So I think, I mean, they could have like a cast into the fire, but it probably makes sense to just play the Prophetic Prism on turn 2 and see if I can draw into another Tron land so I can set up the rest of the Tron lands. Here's the duress. So the best pick is probably the altar. We only have one more of those in the deck. They can see what we're doing. They take the Ashnod's altar. Although these are all cantrips, and we drew an expedition map, so I'll just go ahead and fetch. Hopefully I can resolve my fetch. Get a power plant. What's next? They play a Wellspring. So they're in the position where they haven't made land drops. I'm going to have Tron online soon. They have to sort of determine whether or not they want to Wildfire their own lands. Also, I guess we do have to worry about Troublemaker Oof. That's a card that they do play. They will definitely time out if they don't end up losing. It's okay. These things happen. But I guess you can see the benefit of just watching it in turbo speed. A lot of times when I watch Magic the Gathering, I really like watching like Brian Cook's videos or Tony Schiavone, and they're fast decks already, and then I put it on 2x speed, and they also do the cuts, and I'm just like, the whole league takes 20 minutes, 15 minutes. It's nice. When it plays a Refurbished Familiar, I guess I can afford to discard the Prism, because next turn I can go Prism, Cryo, Refractor. Just crack. Grabbing the tower. We have another power plant. Play the Prism. I wonder if I should play... We have an Ashnod's Altar. That's scary because they could have another Duress. Play the Refractor. I was thinking maybe I'll draw a Crop Rotation or a Flicker. Golem Foundry. We'll go blue here, leaving my mana open in case I draw a 1-drop. Mirror Retriever. Whoa! Okay. Next turn we combo. Insight. I mean, we didn't draw... This is just infinite here, which is pretty sweet. That's really funny. Hopefully they just play a Chrysalis. They get in for 2. Okiba Gang would be a problem, I guess. We'd have to discard Golem Foundry Power Plant, go Altar, Retriever, Foundry. Yeah, that would work. They play Makeshift Munitions. Okay, that does not stop me. We found a Flicker. Hype, 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 hype. Golem Foundry. Yep, Ashnod's Altar. I think they're dead. What do you think? So good. All right. I think I will play Mirror Retriever. And then crack the Cryo. I want to get back the Cryo. Make blue. Crack the Cryo. Tap this thing down. Combo time! Oh, you're right. Drew another Mirror Retriever. Sacrifice the Mirror Retriever. Get the Cryo. And then we have to just slam a Mirror Retriever and start looping. What do you got? Oh no, they could have Fairy Macabre. Oh, they didn't, I guess. Play Mirror Retriever. How do I beat Fairy Macabre? I guess I just don't. Retriever for the Retriever? Okay, they didn't have it. So now the best way to do this is to pop out the graveyard and then put the triggers all next to each other. They might understand that this is a loop. We go Sacrifice, put this trigger over here. Whereas the Familiars deck has triggers in a different spot for speed. Fairy does exile too, so they could exile both right now. To be honest, this is the situation where you just keep looping because your opponent's not doing anything. It takes them 20 seconds to resolve a single trigger, and this will just kill them. A Fanatical Offering the Wellspring. It'll kill them because they'll time out every time they okay my spell. They have to F6 or they will lose the game. I guess they're looking for the Macabre there. Did they find it? Does it protect? I guess you're right. Yeah, because we can get one of them back. Yeah, that's smart. In my head, it didn't work that way, so I'm glad you pointed that out. Okay, we win. Combo time. So, is this better? I don't know. It's fun. We never got to flicker the cryogen. We just won the game instead. I was gonna do so much stuff. Here we could have played the cryogen and then flickered it. Let's see. And this. So we would have drawn 3. 1, 2, actually 4. Then we could sacrifice the cryo to the retriever, draw more cards. There's the munitions. It would have been over. Pop-out window optimization is the best part about playing on Magic Online. Maybe I'll 5-0 with this and then post it later. I think I'm gonna go ahead and close down the stream in a second here. Does anybody have anything that they wanted to ask? Any questions or anything? Or any comments? What deck should I play for my 4th deck for next week? Cryogen tapping down stuff seems better than Ichor. Was I not? Yeah, I think I'm not playing Ichor Wellspring in the deck, right? I'm not. I swapped it. Thanks, Jack. We don't need Flicker, but it's sweet. So previously, we had 3 Grim Searches there, and then we had the Wellsprings. So it sort of feels like it's just upside at this point. Guilt Death Splitter combo. Maybe. That one I tried previously and it didn't go super well. Maybe I'll try Cycle Storm and try to prove that I can actually handle it. Upcoming we have, let's see. Check my YouTube. I believe I have Familiar. Let's see. You just go ahead and figure out what's coming up on the videos. I have the FAMS video posted today, and then I made a 5-color green deck with Command Bridge, which was sweet. I played the mono red with the equipment, and then I played a variant on High Tide, so good stuff. Molten Gatekeeper is okay. Yeah, I don't think it's better than Munitions though, and I think Munitions is good in this deck. Also, Molten Gatekeeper doesn't beat Vanguard Marauder, and my main concern was Vanguard Marauder in the metagame right now. So that's kind of why I'm playing the Munitions over something like that or like the Pact Altair. I think the Whale combo probably could play Cryo. Maybe you play Flicker there too. It's too much fun. Now I gotta play Pilipala with Cryogen Flicker. As a protection spell. Perfect. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and close it down. Thank you everybody. I'll see you next time. Maybe my streams will maybe be on Fridays. Otherwise, look forward to all the videos. See you there.